to Planet FM 87.6, and I'm your host Itfa Khushid Mirza. And with me is a very special guest today, Mohammed Zainul Abidin, who is a software engineer by profession. And what else he is, he'll tell him about himself. So, welcome Zain to our program today.
Thank you.
And it's such a wonderful weather in the Twin Cities, Islamabad,
Yeah.
and probably around like the summers are around the corner, and people must be planning to visit north and other areas of the Pakistan. So Zain would be really helpful for them today. So Zain, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good, and I'm feeling great because of the weather as well. There was a heat wave for the last week, but now it's been raining and with thunderstorms, so I'm feeling great.
So Zain, for our audience, tell briefly about yourself.
Okay, so I am a software engineer by profession
Mm-hmm.
and a traveler, adventure traveler by passion. I did my bachelor's from NUST, and right now I am working as a software engineer in an international firm. And I take holidays from my company and go on adventure trips in all over the northern Pakistan. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself.
That's amazing. So he is following his passion along with his profession. So Zen, how you are doing that? I mean, being a software engineer, of course, your studies must be like really tough and everything. So how you manage time out for your passion as well?
Yeah, you are right. Right now, it's very difficult to take out time to follow my passion. So, I'll tell you a brief intro about myself, that how I started that. Um, Basically, I'm from Faisalabad, and I got admission in NUST Islamabad. And the one major reason coming to Islamabad was mountains. I really like mountains, and I like going trekking in the mountains. So during my time at NUST, I I go on adventure trips. I explored all over northern Pakistan, uh, and that's how I felt that there is so much gap in terms of information available online and the places to visit. So that's how I came up with an idea that why not we develop an app by which we connect adventurers to the local guides of the northern Pakistan. So I talked to my friend about it, and we started working on this idea. We developed a prototype, and along with that, I started tourism. I take people on adventure trips on multiple tracks like Naga Parbat Base Camp, Rakaposhi Base Camp, and multiple glaciers, etc. So we started that, and during that time, I explored all over the northern Pakistan. So that was a really I feel that it was a really good phase of my life, since I got to travel a lot, but then Corona happened and the travel industry completely halted. During that time, I realized that why not now move towards some industry that is not stopped due to Corona. And I had a degree in computer science, so that's why I moved my career completely towards the software engineering side. And then and right now I'm working as a software engineer. So yeah, you're right. It's very hard to take out time while working as a full-time software engineer. But yeah, I since my job is remote, so sometimes excuse me, sometimes I go to the northern Pakistan where internet is available and I work from there. So that's how I've been managing my travel along with my profession, which is a
That's
software engineer.
wonderful. I mean, he inculcated his profession in his passion as well. Like you, as you mentioned, you developed an app to assist people like tourists and the local guides with them along. Okay, so how many regions or parts of the country you have been to?
Okay, so mostly I've been traveling in the northern Pakistan since I like the mountains and the culture of the northern Pakistan. So I've been to Hunza, Gilgit, Wizard, Skardu, and all the small districts of all the Gilgit Baltistan. Plus, I've been to the remote areas like you might have heard about Yeshput, which is an amazing place in the north of Hunza. It's actually a pasture land which is used by the people of Hunza in the season of summer. They take their cattle to graze there in those pastures, and there are shepherds. So you need in order to go there, you need to cross a glacier, which is the Batura Glacier, which is the seventh longest, I guess, seventh or fifth longest glacier out of the polar regions. So you need to cross that glacier and then you reach at a green pasture land, which is amazing. So yeah, I've been to places like this. So I don't like mainstream travel, like going to the famous places. I like exploring new places and going camping there. For example, once I've been to the Rakaposhi base camp, the place which is not so common, uh, with the locals. So we've been trekking for like 2 days, and then we reached the base camp, camped there, and then came back. So yeah, most of those kind of places.
Amazing. So, would you like to share any experience, amazing experience that you still remember? I mean, like just you're just telling, and I'm feeling like I am like roaming around in Hunza and in those glaciers. So, would you like to share any amazing and memorable experience among all of them?
Hmm. I can share a kind of a funny experience. So when I was camping on the Rakaposhi base camp, I was sleeping in my camp, and suddenly I heard kind of a noise of some kind of an animal outside my tent. So I opened the door of my tent, and there was a cow, and beside my mouth, beside my face, there was a cow, and it was very weird, and I was kind of scared. But my socks were lying there right outside the tent, and the cow took my socks and ran away, and I ran behind the cow to take my socks, but she eaten my socks. So it was a little funny.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are having a wonderful conversation with Zain, and after the break, we'll also discuss those of you who are planning to go north in summers. So, what tips Zain can give to you guys, and where you can go, and for all those like who want to like do like solo adventures, and for those who want to take their family as well. So, stick around, and we'll be right back after a short musical break.